Hey guys, I'm Tom Ballum, and in this video, I'm going to show you a brief overview of how the figures look when you use bridging finance to buy a property. I've got my pen. We're going to do a bit of a sharing screen. Excuse the bad handwriting. Let's get into it. Okay, I'm just going to outline to begin with that we're going to buy a property for £100,000. Now, we're not going to be doing anything to add value to it yet. We're just going to buy the property, and I just want to show you how the figures work when we buy a property using bridging finance. And we can go over raising the cash for the refurbishment and in other videos. But for now, we're just going to be buying a property straight onto a bridge for £100,000. Now, if you were buying it on a mortgage, a typical example would be buying a mortgage with 75% loan to value. So the bank will give you £75,000. Now, it's not exact because some banks will put arrangement fees on that. They might add arrangement fees onto that loan. They might deduct arrangement fees from that loan. It depends which bank you use, but typically you're going to have a senior debt of 75%, and therefore you would need to put down a 25% deposit of £25,000. Simple. But let's look at it when we are using bridging finance. And again, we're going to buy a property for £100,000. And we are getting a bridge loan of 75% loan to value, but that is gross. So the £75,000 is a gross amount. And a lot of people don't tell you this, is they say you can get a 75% bridge, but really you're not getting a 75% bridge because we have some deductions to consider. So typically on a bridge, you get an arrangement fee of 2%. So we're going to deduct that 2%, which is £1,500. We also have two options with our interest. Now, we can serve the interest monthly like we would a mortgage, but you have to prove availability for that to show that you can service that interest every single month. On a bridge, interest could be anything from 0.7% to 1.5% a month. I'm just going to go for a simple 1% a month for now. So we're paying 12% for a 12-month term. And if you imagine, if you buy straight onto a mortgage, you're only going to be paying 6% fixed for, say, 5 years. That's a half the amount that you would be paying in interest than you are when you're on a bridge. So something for you to consider there. So 1% is £750 a month, but we're taking out a 12-month bridge here. So we times the £750 a month by 12 months, which is £9,000. That's quite an eye-watering sum of money when you think about it, that you're going to be paying £9,000 in interest to get into this deal. So what we do here, because as I stated, this is the gross amount here, which is £75,000. You then deduct the arrangement fee and the interest, which gives you a net loan amount. So we'll write down it's a net loan amount of £64,500. Which actually turns out to be 65% loan to value. So you require a 35% deposit at £35,500. Now, there will be additional fees included in this as well. So you might have lender legals, and with bridging lender legals, that could be quite expensive. So let's say we've got the £2,000 for lender legals. We've got a broker fee. Now, you don't have to use a broker, but your brokers, if you do use them, tend to get you the best rates and the best loan for you and your criteria that's available in the market. If you were to go and source the finance yourself, you'd be sat on the phone all the time trying to find different bridging lenders and talking to them. And not a lot of them actually talk to you directly. They only deal with brokers. So it's best to go through a broker so you can have access to every single product available. Let's say that we've been charged a 1% broker fee against the gross loan amount, so it's £75,000. So we've now got a broker fee to pay of £750. We've also got our own lender legals to pay. Let's just say for this simple transaction, it's going to be £1,000. You'll have searches and things on top of that as well. So that's another £3,500 gone into this deal. So where people are saying you can get into a property with a 25% deposit, if you actually look into the true figures of bridging finance, that's not always the case. So there you go. That's how bridging finance works. Very brief overview there of how the figures actually look. We will be going into more detail on bridging finance and different lending facilities on other videos on this channel, so stay tuned for that.